Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Life Lesson card of the Guardian. Now, when this card came up, normally I think about, facing that fear, right? And that thought process didn't even come to mind today. Okay? The Guardian shows up just as you've walked off of the seven of stones, seven of arrows. You fell out of the blasted oak, okay? And then you've got the ace of stones down here, the foundation of life, twice, right? So the last 3 or 4 days, 2 out of the 3 days, it's like, you're picking yourself up, knowing that you're free from the bondage, and you're stepping back on that rock because there's that little bit of a mindset of saying, you know what? I'm afraid that, I'm going to lose it all, right? Even though you have everything on a solid foundation. Okay, because that's what's down here twice, that ace of stones and foundation of life. And it was backed up with the ace of cups yesterday, the waters of life. So your emotions are a little bit rattled right now, okay? And this Guardian shows up and he's like, ha, 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 ha. I got you right where I want you. And it's true. He does. He's got you. He's got you right next to the rock, not under the rock, but right next to it. All right. And even that insecurity, that little doubt of disbelief, of confidence, right, of self-esteem is gone because now he shows up. And, his message comes to you at a time where it's like, you can't move on because you're afraid to let go of something that's with that materialism, right? Whether this is stuff around the house, right? Or moving forward with that plan that you have in place. He understands that. It's hard to let go of stuff. It's hard to let go of that dress you haven't worn in 30 years. That's what he's saying. But at the same time, you're looking at it going, man, if I just let this go, I can move forward. And I'm going to have some financial ability to moving forward. My base is strong, right? My foundation is strong. I know I'm being protected by the Queen of Stones, the bear. I'm nurturing that financial wherewithal to continue moving forward. The Page of Bows that's down here, he's asking you the question of Page of Stones. What can you learn from this situation? What have you learned over the last 2 weeks since you came out of the world tree? It's all been about asset allocation. But you can't let fear guide that, right? In order to take that risk, to move forward, you got to take steps, baby steps. If it means letting go of that dress from 30 years ago, what good is it going to do you now? All right? If you're going to pass it on to a generation, that's a different story. All right? But you haven't done it yet. If you've got things that you're holding on to, even if it's in a relationship, right? You've got that great foundation. Your pillars are strong. You've got the top on top of those pillars. And everything's been going great. But if you get that little mustard seed of, I don't trust him, or I don't trust her, guess what's going to happen? That roof is going to fall in on those pillars. The pillar is going to fall down onto the platform, the foundation. And this Guardian is going to be standing over you going, ha, 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 ha. And we don't want that to happen. Right? So, with this Guardian, this is also the devil in a normal tarot deck. Okay? And, when I reviewed those cards over the last couple days, those chains binding those people to that stone, there's a key right there. All they have to do is put the key in, unlock the chains, and walk away. So how does that relate to this? You are in control of how you want to move forward. You are in control of your relationships. You are in control of your finances. You are in control of your thought process for creative ideas. You are in control of your emotions. All right? So even though you've let your guard down for, 3 or 4 days, that's okay. But you got to get right back on that horse. You got to get right back on that bike and start moving down the road. Even if you're taking tiny steps. Oh man, I went to Starbucks. I'm listening to D, and he's telling me not to go to Starbucks, and you know what? I went to Starbucks. It's okay. You can go to Starbucks. Spend that, the awareness is what I'm trying to get to you about on your asset allocation. You want to move forward with going out there, you're going to have to increase your income and limit your debt. Because if you continue to, add debt and have limited income, you're not going to make ahead. All right? If you do that, and it's the same thing within a relationship. If you keep giving, and not getting anything back, that's an uneven relationship. It's got to be a give and take. Even if it's just sitting down and saying, you know what? When we were at dinner last week, I felt that, you dominated the conversation around your work. You didn't even ask me what was going on with my work. And your significant other may look at it and go, I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of it. Yeah, that made me feel small. And he's like, okay, well, thank you for bringing it to my attention. I'll try to work on that. And the same thing, in your career path, right? You're putting all these resumes out there, looking to get that hit. Okay. But have you updated the resume? Or are you just sending stuff out blindly? Update the resume to show the relevant skills, right? To show what you have done in that organization, to save money or to, increase projects, right? Just not, hey, I'm this, that, and the other thing. Nowadays AI is looking at the resume before you even send it out. I hate to be honest with you, but it sits in their little queue, and they do their the matrix thing on it, before they can even give it to a human being to look at. All right. But at the same time, there's people out there that can generate those resumes for you to get past those AI bots, to put your resume in the hands of somebody who's in control of what they do at their organization. You have control of that. Okay? So that's primarily the message that I'm saying here. You have the control to walk past this guy or let him stand in front of you. What are you going to choose? I know what I'm going to choose. I'm in control of my finances. I'm in control of the relationships. Building one, sustaining one. I'm in control of the thought process for my emotional fortitude. You don't scare me, Guardian. All right? I also know the projects I need to work on because I've got a list, and I'm going to take baby steps. So should you. Take those baby steps, right? But don't let this Guardian scare you off, okay? Don't let that devil bind you, to that stone. You are free to make your choices. The universe, God has given us that free will. Using it, okay, is a blessing. Using your intuition is a blessing. This Guardian can't use it. He's dead. You're alive. Why is we letting somebody dead scare us? Right? We should be embracing them. Thank you for showing me all the blessings. I'm grateful that you're here to open my eyes. Turn that, they say turn that frown upside down. Turn that negative into a positive, right? And just keep moving forward. Have that courage to start anew, to take those new steps towards, that relationship, finances, career, emotions, whatever you want to look at it, because it affects everything. Life lessons cards affect everything. okay? And know that you're protected. You still have the abundance, you know, that we had 7-8 days ago. The Ace of Stones is down here twice, letting you know, okay, that you are grounded. You have a great foundation. Follow the plan. Get down off that rock and don't do the woe is me. Right? Just continue moving forward. Look that guardian in his dead eye sockets and say, you know what? I'm moving past you. And when you do, you become stronger. You know, and when you become stronger and you move down that path, you gain wisdom, you gain understanding, you gain knowledge, and you're a better person. So that's today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. The Guardian. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.